All right, Gemini, I loved it. I loved it when this came out, and we should all be so lucky to have something like this happen. So I think, though, that this is not an eat shit and smile type of message. A lot of you know that I can't stand that, having to tell you guys to just hang in there while you're dealing with really difficult circumstances. This is different because of awakening showing up here. So the Desert Prince, and this did show up as an ally for you. This is talking about surviving and thriving in harsh conditions. But because of awakening, I think that this is representing all the areas in your life right now where you are not seeing any growth. And that could be one particular area or it could be several. But with awakening, this is like having a huge fucking spotlight on all the reasons why you're not seeing growth in those areas. But the big thing here is I think that it's going to be highlighting a different path for you to take. It's going to be like, hey, Gemini, you're not supposed to go this way. Let me light the way for you, right? And it makes sense to me because you have to see what is going on before you can make any changes. And it's like, this is just the beginning for some of you. All right, Gemini, here's your overall. Oh my God. Why? Why? The Devil. Now, I kind of look at this as it can affect everything that is going on around you. But I also kind of look at, the overall here as like your situation or what you're dealing with here. And with the Devil, this isn't good. We could be talking about anything unhealthy in your life right now. Anything that is making you feel like you are in bondage, right? So the Devil could represent your career right now. It could represent family situations, relationships, whatever. But it's not a healthy situation for you anymore. And it is about getting away from that. But why, man? Why does it got to be the Devil? And it's no wonder why you're having like this huge spotlight shining on a part of your life right now. Ugh. All right. Eight of Wands in the past. So things happened quickly. I don't think that this necessarily has to do with like communication. Now, some of you may have taken action towards something very quickly, but I'm not looking at a knight here. So I almost feel like things changed quickly without you actually doing anything to make that happen. And it's all in order to get things kind of lined up with the Eight of Wands, right? Like I look at this as we have the opportunity to take immediate action here. We need to get everything lined up so we can hit that completion and move on. But with the Devil, right? It's like something is still holding you back from doing that. Okay. In the present, the Eight of Cups, time to move the fuck on, right? Like that's enough, especially with the Devil being there. So the thing is this is hard. And like I always say, when it comes to the Eight of Cups, it's easy enough for somebody to tell you it's time to move on. But when you've invested so much of yourself into it, it's easier said than done, right? Like sometimes we just need to stay with it for a minute, before we finally have the courage to say, I'm done with this. I need to walk away. So some of you may be considering this now. And I have to wonder if you're dealing with a person, for some of you, what I'm getting is that they changed very quickly. And with the Eight of Cups, I feel like you're giving, you're providing, you're making things stable, but you're not getting anything back. And it becomes the emotional draining experience, right? But we'll see what's going on here. Oh my God, Gemini, what the fuck? What the fuck? And the thing is, though, is with the Devil being the overall, this sucks ass. It's always the painful ending with the Ten of Swords. But the thing is the worst would be over with as long as you're willing to let it go, right? Because I'm looking at you being completely drained, completely drained. It's funny because I kind of feel like with that Eight of Wands, I should be looking at the Eight of Pentacles in here too. Like, I feel like you've done so much. You've put in so much effort. And things may have been on track at one point, but things happen quickly. And it's like, no, enough is enough. Now, you may be the one, though, that has to end things in a really difficult way. That, or you're continuously staying with something or someone that is continuously, like, letting you down, not bringing you that fulfillment, but yet you continue to do it. And it's like you finally get to that point with the Ten of Swords where it's like, it's done. You know, it hurts, but it's over. Look at that. You know, and I had a feeling too, pulling out the cards, I had a feeling that the sun was going to show up with this huge spotlight shining on something really important. The sun being your best path to follow. This, I feel like, for you, in your sense of self and sense of direction, it's time for you to, you know, start bringing in some new energy, right? Not only that, but shining a light on the devil here and getting that shit out of your life for good. Done. Over with, right? And it is, and it will be. But the thing is you can't stay down. You know, with the sun here, you got to pick yourself back up. But I'm also looking at better days ahead. I mean, the sun in this case is a really good indicator that whatever difficulties you may be facing right now, things are getting better. It just has to happen this way, possibly in order for you to break the habit. You know, and that may only be for some of you. But I'm still looking at you needing to do things to pick yourself up, make yourself feel better, right? Bring in that new energy and see things for what they are. See things for what they really are. In your environment, the Knight of Pentacles, don't drag your ass on that shit. Don't do it. Because if you're the Eight of Cups, now I can't tell you what to do, but no. Emotionally being drained, knowing that you need to move on. The thing is, you know, with the Knight of Pentacles, even though there's a stubborn, slow type of methodical energy with him, I feel like for you, if you continue to drag your feet, you're going to continue to be in this place of being held down and being oppressed. You know, there's going to be progress as long as you at least initiate the start of this. And like I said, it has a feeling that some of you are initiating this Ten of Swords, but it has to happen. It's not happening to you. What happened to you was the Eight of Cups, right? I think if you look at it that way, when everything does come to an end, it's going to be easier for you to pick yourself back up, but don't turn around is what I want to say. Don't turn around. Even if this is something where, you know, a lot of planning has to go into it before you start moving forward, don't allow yourself to falter and get caught back up in something that is oppressive, you know. And like I said, this could be a relationship or career for some of you. Okay, your hopes and your fears, the Two of Wands. Is there another path? That's immediately what I thought. For some of you, you may be fearing that another option is no longer available to you. And I feel like because of that being there, I almost feel like some of you made the choice to stay with something hoping that it was going to change. And you may have like passed up another option or another course of action. And some of you may be hoping that it's still available to you. Now, for some of you, it's just straight up fearing that everything that you plan is not going to work out, or there's not going to be any follow through. You know, and I say that because the devil really represents what we're comfortable with. It's not healthy, but it's what we know. Better the devil we know, right? But I kind of get this feeling that for some of you, you may have passed up a course of action to do this again. And I feel like this is a repeat. Wow. Wow, Gemini. And then coming out the Eight of Swords is your thoughts are your worst enemy. They're going to be your worst enemy coming out on this. Because you are showing that you literally feel trapped even though you know that this is over with the Ten of Swords. It has to be. Now, for some of you, it's, I can't see how I'm going to be able to do this without causing pain. Especially if it's kind of like in your hands to finally put this to an end, you know, but I don't like the Eight of Swords coming out. And that may be why we're looking at, you know, this huge awakening for some of you. It's like you need to see something. Unfortunately, you need assistance. It's like the divine stepping in and going, all right, like I said, right here, Gemini, here's the truth of everything. And you got the sun there, right? You know, because really you're going to have to make the choice to start taking some action. You can't wait for something to show up for you. you know, and that's kind of what I feel like here with the Three of Wands. And I say that because of the Eight of Swords being there. So with the Seven of Pentacles, and I always reference this deck when we talk about the Seven of Pentacles because I love the description for the Steampunk Tarot. How is reality stacking up to your expectations? This is you reevaluating a situation here, possibly because things changed very quickly, but you're also quickly starting to see that this is not a good situation anymore with the Devil. And there's nothing left that you can give of yourself when you get to the Eight of Cups. It is time to move on. But you are running the risk here of like turning around and getting caught back up in this, especially with the Knight of Pentacles. And look at you with the Five of Cups and the Eight of Cups. If this is a person, you are extremely disappointed in them right now. Extremely disappointed. And this is not something that we can bring back to life. It's more important for you to have happiness in your own life. Your own happiness and your sense of direction is more important than being, you know, somebody's like, I want to say savior almost. You know, but what gets me here is that despite the disappointment, you know, with the Three of Wands, sure, right? It may be that you get to the point where you're so low down that you can't do it anymore. You turn around, you see the Two Cups, and you start putting things into motion. And this is looking toward the future, watching things develop. But because of the Eight of Swords, I feel like you're waiting for something to show up. And what I want to say here, Gemini, if this is about you needing to take action here to end this situation, nothing is going to happen. Nothing is going to happen. You have to make it happen. It's going to suck ass and it's horrible, but I'm so sorry, you guys. Like I said, there is no growth happening here anymore and you're wasting your time, you know? And it bothers me. It bothers me seeing readings like this, but because you have the Sun and Awakening, there's still very much this like hopeful feeling here. Like this is just the beginning. If you can end this, and you can see how things will be better, then that course of action is going to show up for you again. Like that path is being lit, I'm telling you. Yeah, and your root chakra here. So you are stuck and you are grounded in something that isn't worthy of you because you're being given the message to treat yourself to something good, right? That's really what this is about. But I always see it as treat yourself better. But a lot of you are just stuck right now because you're too grounded in something that is holding you down, making you feel bad, emotionally depleted. I mean, none of it is good. And it's like, you need this. You need this light to be shined on all of it. And then joy and delight. Open your heart to joy. I'm telling you. You know, and the thing is this is a difficult reading. Yeah. And it's definitely not going to be for everybody. But the thing is I like it. I like it because it's one of those readings where you have no choice but to face the negative things that are in your life right now. Instead of, you know, sitting around and talking about the change that you want to make, it's like, here it is. Let's lay it all out on the table. Let's shine this big, huge fucking light on this. And hopefully, you know, there will be a better sense of direction for some of you once this is out. Right? And you see what's going on. But it's just the beginning. This is just the beginning. I'm telling you. As far as like July and August, things should be way, way different. Way different for a lot of you.